It is heating up in this greenhouse. Why did I get on that topic now? Oh, that's funny. Oh well, it is what it is. It is what it is. These big thoughts. Yeah. These big thoughts, and then I'm like, wait, why was I talking about that again? It is what it is, eh? Anyway, but yeah, it's so interesting to me. It's just, all of this is just so interesting. Now I'm just trying to find matching pieces, and it's going ever so well. Not really. Was that me being a little bit passive aggressive? Oh, it's just so frustrating when you cannot get one single move, it feels like. But that's okay. It is what it is. No, it's not that. Alright, need a bottle of water here. I feel like that bottled water just sounded so loud. Oh my goodness. Alright, this is going to be probably double as loud. Okay. Now. That sun is, trust me, I'm a beach bum sun lover, but that sun is just hitting at the worst angle. I feel like I'm almost blind doing this puzzle putting it together. Because there's no glare. I don't mean off the pieces. I just mean the sun is kind of sneaking in past my, where are we at here? The sun is kind of sneaking in like past my sunglasses. Is that filming right? Yeah, okay. I hope so. Anyway. Okay, where is there a rope on the other pieces? I'm trying to figure out, I know this is the chair because it matches the color and all the story and all that, like I used to kind of describe in more detail. Oh my goodness, sorry. But I just cannot, for the life, no, you don't go there. I cannot for the life of me figure out the storyline. So that's a little bit frustrating. Oh my goodness, that wind, just back off, please. Eesh. I wish the windows were like higher. I don't know how to fix this greenhouse. It's an okay greenhouse. Okay, let me talk about that for a minute. It's an okay greenhouse. Not gonna lie. It doesn't, how do I say this? It doesn't hold the heat. I had another one. I had like one of those hoop round ones. Beautiful. And then Hurricane Fiona happened. And bye-bye to my lovely greenhouse. Someday I'll post photos to show you what the old greenhouse, how that all came crashing down. Literally. But yeah, it is, this greenhouse is not growing food the same as my old one. Now, I have not changed my, how do I say this? I have not changed my gardening habits, so I'm not sure what's going on. I do know it is rather annoying, but what can you do? Nothing. So just carry on and try again. That's literally life, eh? Just doesn't work out this one time. Well, figure it out. Where does this piece go? Darn it. Driving me nuts. Okay, let's see. And it's funny because I was so arrogant with this puzzle. Like, not that I said anything to you guys, but I was like, oh, this is 500 pieces. I'm going to be able to, like, bust right through this. Well, I'm just making all kinds of mistakes. Yeah, I wish I hadn't wrecked the other one, but Not too much you can do about that other than don't do it again as I set up a puzzle in the same space again. So I honestly, hand on puzzle, I honestly thought that I would get this puzzle done before nightfall came, and I no longer, no, not at all. I no longer feel as confident, which is annoying, but is what it is. There we go. And see, again, from the videos I used to do in the house, see, I started in the winter, right? So I was a totally different vibe. Gosh darn, where do you go? Where do you go? Well, you go there. But I do find once you kind of start admitting, I don't know why, I'm not trying to be paranoid, but it does kind of feel like once you start admitting that you're struggling, I promise you, it feels like the puzzle will like give you 1 or 2 little wins. Anyone else ever find that, or is it just me? Because, oh, it'd be nice to get a second opinion on that one. But yep, that's it. That is exactly how it feels. So I'm always very, where does that go? Oh, like that. Okay. I'm always very mindful of acknowledging when I'm struggling, because I mean, gosh, if you guys can't see me struggling, then you're not paying attention. There we go. And see, just like that, a puzzle piece goes in. So isn't that just so funny? Funny how this stuff all works, eh? Life, eh? I will be turning oh, I know something I can talk about. Oh my gosh. Well, clearly I'm excited. So I'm going to put it out online so that I do it, because I am nervous, but I'm also really excited. I am turning 40 this year, and I don't know, call it whatever you want. I really don't care. I have decided to, calm down, wind. I have decided that I would like to jump out of a plane when I turn 40. My spouse did it years ago, and so I am hoping to go right back to the same skydiving company. Sorry, I had to think of the word there. And because, you know, it's, you got to be really careful who you get, because do you trust them is, you know, the biggest thing. But yeah, I'm really excited, and of course I'm nervous. Oh my geez. Now, would anyone want to know why I'm going to do this? Well, since you don't have a choice, I'm going to pretend you said yes. The joys of having your own YouTube channel. You can decide what to talk about. I used to fly. I can't remember if I talked about this before or not. I used to fly all the time, like every 3 months-ish. I was up in the air, and just like, you know, a coach economy flight, like whatever. And that was fine. I was never a bad flyer. Yeah. Fast forward to, there we go. Fast forward to nowadays. Ooh, not a good flyer am I anymore. I started taking panic attacks. I've only flown once. It was a return though, so technically up in the air twice. Coming back home wasn't as bad, but I don't want to, listen, I am scared enough day to day. I am scared that bad things are going to happen all the time. It's a very crappy life to live. I'm very privileged, I'm very fortunate, and I'm very blessed. But something in my mind, the PTSD, has made me very hyper vigilant that anything could go wrong at any moment. And again, I have, you know, I'm trying to figure out how to get the power back in my life, and the only way that makes sense to me, whether you agree or disagree, is to throw myself out of a plane, because I don't know where that fear came from. I really don't. I never had anything fearful, flying. even while working, like I was never on helicopters or anything like that. I wanted to be, but you know, that takes a lot of time and education and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, regardless. So I can't figure it out. So in my head, for some reason, it really makes sense to basically, and this is my opinion for something I'm about to do. I'm not telling anyone else what they should do. I don't know you, you don't know me. However, I know how to, I know what my brain needs, and I really believe that my brain needs to be short-circuited to hopefully get rid of this fear. Because I don't know where it came from. It makes me very uncomfortable, clearly. It's just, I don't like, I don't like to swear on this channel. I don't like swearing any of my presence online. But it is just so gosh darn hard, and it's embarrassing. The flight that I took a little while ago, many airline attendants, even in the airport, were asking me, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I did not look okay. I was not okay. So that's really hard, and you know it's not the life I want to do. I'm looking to like start to travel, start to this, start, do stuff like get your life back. Because I can tell you one thing as a paramedic, when I was, because I am no longer a paramedic, I am a formally licensed paramedic. When I was a paramedic, sometimes it feels like you have no control over your own life. And what I mean by that is because how do I say this? Okay, for any person who works, well, you have to work, right? Because that's the whole point of having a job, is to work. But the thing that I think a lot of people forget is that when a paramedic, goes to work, it's not 9 to 5. It's very odd hours. Now, some would say, well, you should have known that 100%. But would I say that perhaps, it's not clearly explained all of the expectations? Because it can be very daunting. Often I believe that paramedics are incredibly tired, and that's hard. And so then I think it translates into perhaps, I'll only speak of myself, I can't speak of others. For me, always being so tired, because basically the typical schedule that I would work would be 2 days, 2 nights, off for 4. However, someone one time, a friend, said to me, well, technically, you're not off for 4, you're off for 3, because you work day shift, then night shift. And the night shifts are night shifts that typically go until, I don't know, the morning, like when the sun's up, like maybe you're getting off work. And so let's just hypothetically say that you work a shift from 8 p.m. until 8 a.m. So as you can imagine, you're going to have to spend much of your day sleeping so that you're ready, your response ready for work. And I know that there's all kinds of night shift workers. Do not get me wrong. I'm not comparing my job. I'm sorry. I think it's hard to compare apples to oranges. And I'm not trying to say anyone's job is more or less hard. That's not it, because I don't know what it is to be a teacher. I don't know what it is to be a plumber. I don't know what it is to be, a welder. Like, I don't know. So I can't speak of that stuff. However, I know that I did have to spend a lot of time sleeping to try and to try and ensure that my brain could function at, 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Because again, hypothetically, let's say, I don't know, let's say hypothetically you work a shift 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. So I tell you, when that clock starts going around the 3, 4, 5 a.m., you're tired. Like that's stop it, wind. That circadian rhythm, ooh, that is powerful. And I think that it, expected to work hours where overtime is unfortunately the reality of the job. That can be very hard to understand. That can be very hard to deal with. That can be very hard to manage. And I struggled with that immensely. Oh my goodness. Sometimes, people in life do what's called food prep. And I think that's really cool. I think that is really a sense of mindfulness, to be quite honest. If I have to sit here and give it a title, maybe that's not what you're intending. You just want to eat good food. But to me, if you do food prep, and I mean like serious food prep, where you're like prepping meals for like a good 2 to 3 days, if not a week, then look at you, working smarter, not harder. And congratulations, because I never, ever got there, ever. Oh my goodness, I would eat fast food, every shift. Because, although I would have to say, probably it doesn't make sense because I'm super into mindfulness now, wasn't always the case. It's a struggle, isn't it, life? I value sleep. I'm an insomniac. I don't do well. I don't think anybody does well with no sleep. But, when you're working a high, intense pressure job, high adrenaline, you better be well rested. And there's a siren now. So you want to know something? I hate that sound. What is it going? I don't even know if you guys can hear that. Oh, it's a fire truck. Oh, that's sad. It remind me, well, not that you can. I'll have to remember to talk about that sound in a minute. Isn't that so organic? So yes, the food prep. Oh gosh, I wish I could have gotten into that. Look how much the puzzle is just coming along. That's so great. I just thought that was just so not clever, like haha, but it was just so wide. It was so, you know what it was? It was so pragmatic of people who would do food prep, because gosh, your life certainly appears organized to me. Now, whether it is or whether it's not, it doesn't matter, because I became stuck eating, what's open at like 4 in the morning? Not much. So then it's kind of like, well, now you're going to eat stuff that probably shouldn't be eaten, and whatnot. Fast food. I think anything's okay. No, hang on. I think that fast food is okay in moderation. Now, if that's not for you, cool, don't eat it. But yeah, there's something to be said for a good chicken nugget. Anyway, and I don't need to hear, yes, I understand, it's probably not real chicken and da-da-da-da-da, but hey, the tummy wants what the tummy wants. But no, in all seriousness, it became such a struggle to balance sleep, diet, and I just mean like not a diet, I just mean like, what food are you putting into your mouth? Oh gosh, it became a struggle. So yeah, I started to eat fast food. Not I don't mean over the course of 10 years. I mean like at certain points I would eat it all the time. It became a go-to. I think it became self-soothing. It's that. So I would always have chicken nuggets, fries, and a Coke. Oh, sounds delicious to me. Now, do you want to know something really interesting? I really don't eat a lot of fast food anymore. Now, if you see me getting fast food, it is what it is. But typically, I don't really get it anymore. And listen, I'm not shaming anyone else because I get it. Oh, I used to get it by the truckload. But I just don't want it anymore. And I think if I had to put my educated guess on it, I would think that it's probably because I feel, I feel like I'm getting that self-soothing from other means. And I know that's kind of an awkward sentence. But yeah, like clearly if, you know, because I would even, at one point, I would even just get it. And I'd be like, oh, whatever, I'll eat it. And then you get it and it's just like, bleh, like it, and the taste hasn't changed. It still tastes good. But the fact of just not even wanting it, wild to me. Now, I will say something that I will talk about something that I did do, and it was my decision. So what medication is on the news all the time? The Ozempic. And I am not trying to badmouth Ozempic. I would just like to discuss my time on not Ozempic. It was what I would consider the sister pill. But exact same effects. Weight loss. And I understand that pill, medication was meant for something else. Believe me, I see the irony. So I, unfortunately, at one point in my life, started to gain weight. And I don't mean like, oh, you know, put on a few extra pounds. And no, I mean, I changed pant sizes. And I'm not shaming anyone. I'm just talking to my own experience, okay? I changed pant sizes. I would become short of breath all the time, especially when leaning over. Where do you go? Especially when leaning over to tie up my shoes or my work boots. Oh, I had to come back up for a fresh breath of air. That's how much weight went around my middle, and that's how much weight went around my middle. And not only that, that's the stages of how unhealthy I became. So you can imagine, certainly I caused my own detriment in some part, eating the fast food all the time. Obviously, duh, like that's gonna do it. But the thing is, I ate fast food quite a bit, especially when I was younger. Oh, geez, guys, the metabolism I had when I was younger. Oh, I miss that immensely. Oh gosh. But can't do anything about that other than to stop eating fast food. So yeah, it was funny because like I have dogs. You guys have seen videos where I walk my dogs all the time, blah blah blah. And actually, I started to get so short of breath even on the walks that I actually had to take breaks on the walk. And I did not, where are we going here now? I did not enjoy that. It was a weird time in my life. Sorry, I think I'm getting the hiccups. Maybe not. It was a weird time in my life that I really did not enjoy. So I did go to the doctor, and I said, like, what can I do? Because the weight gain for me was physically uncomfortable. So, long story short, because I know I'm blabbling, I did go on, and I do think I can remember the name of it. It certainly was not Ozempic, but I mean, it seems like everyone's on Ozempic now, which whatever, it's not my business. But you want to know the wild thing? So what I took was a 1-a-day pill, which was supposed to help you lose weight, and it certainly did. Let's just hypothetically say that I ate supper or, whatever, at like 10 o'clock. Don't concentrate on the time. I ate about, let's say, 10 o'clock Sunday night. Okay, so I ate 10 o'clock Sunday night. I took my first pill for weight loss Monday morning. I had to force myself to eat, and it was 10 o'clock Monday night. So I went almost 24 hours not eating. That is not good for you. I understand people do fasting and whatnot, but I felt wildly unnourished. And to be honest, this is the stuff that I think no one's talking about. To be honest, like, everything changed in my body. Yes, I certainly lost the weight, but I mean, I found that I even started to smell because, again, it is a medication meant for diabetics, is my understanding. It just has the side effect of weight loss. So that's all fine and good, but it is messing with, not your hormones, I'm sure it is too, but it's messing like with all of your chemical, well, see, I have no science background, so I'm trying to talk about things and I'm trying to use the right words, and there's so much pressure and blah, 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 blah. All I mean is that I noticed that even my sweat started to smell different. And I didn't like the path that I was kind of going down with that stuff. So after discussing it with my doctor who prescribed the medication, I made the decision to come off, and they were so incredible. My doctor was so incredibly supportive of me. That aren't I lucky that, because I know that is not the same experience for some people. So I very much am very fortunate. But yeah, I had to come off I think I was on for about a month. So that means every day, once a day, you're taking a pill. Now, again, I can't speak. I'm certainly not judging anyone. I just hope that when people make these types of decisions, which will change their whole physical anatomy in more ways than one, I just hope that, they have all the facts, because yeah, it was wild to me. Just wild how I just literally stopped. And the thing is, if you don't stop eating, because you become nauseous. So let's just say this is a piece of food. So I would put food to my lips, and I'd just be like, nope, I'm good. So it wasn't that the food made me nauseous. It wasn't that the food made me throw up. It wasn't as if I was running to the bathroom all the time. Nope, none of that. It's I don't know. I don't know what that medication does. Clearly, it affects some part of your brain that just makes you basically believe that you're not hungry. And ooh, that is powerful. Whoa. So anyway, that's just kind of my thoughts that, I guess any medication, what does that? I guess any medication, really, you have to always be incredibly conscientious, I hope I pronounced that right, of what you are putting into your body. Because, oh, wow, I've certainly taken medications in my life. You can't have PTSD and take no medications, obviously, right? Can't be an insomniac and take no medications, obviously, right? However, at the same time, oh, it was wild. Like, it was just, I can't say I've ever had a medication act that quickly and that dramatically. Like, it blew my mind. So, anyway, just, no pun intended, a little food for thought. That's funny. That does not go. Gosh, wish the pieces would just fit. Okay, let me figure out what I got going on here. That does not go there. That does not go there. Yeah, that does go there. Does that go